never know say mother did do it. Within myself, me not tell you no lie. Me couldn't believe saying do it. And the way how him do it, me no know saying could I do that. He never give me the way they say when I did do it.
But he did say he was going to kill her.
Yeah, he said that. He said that saying when I kill her. That a regular something talk from last year or year before come up. You understand me? Him talking so much then that's why he come like joke to me. Him say it so much time that he come like joke to me. Because by the time him and she have anything and she come and him come over here, she will come and then make it up. Him sometimes he say, get whatsoever she want to drink. One Pepsi or 2 rum cream, whatsoever. And then talk and go back. So I guess if she did that when that happened, if she did come and even rub him on his shoulder in her head, he would have calmed down. Because he's that type of person. He just wants somebody to give him love, which he never get with him young. That's what he tell me.
What did you say to him?
Ask me for my madman. And when I do that fine, so sometimes she hurt him feelings. Sometimes she him do, and when him do, he no good enough for her.
Did you tell her at any point that he said that he was going to kill her?
We can't, him tell her, and she talk about it.
And what was her reaction? What was her response?
Marian can't manage me. All right here, so she sit down at all times. Until she come right here, she sit.
Boy, there are no words for that particular tragedy. Is that something either of you ever experienced, though, the threat, direct threat to kill?
No, I never had that.
No. Okay.
I don't think that he had any intention. And this is why I say that it was about control.
Yes.
It wasn't about getting rid of me. It wasn't about killing me. It was just being able to control me, to control my movement, to control my money, to control everything that was me.
One of the interesting things listening to both of you that you are both in very different situations, and you have acknowledged this. You had your own resources. You were an attorney at the time, so you could walk out. While you, Melanie, you didn't feel you were in that position financially.
I wasn't in the position financially to, you know, do things for my own.
Right.
And
that kept you there longer?
Yes, because when I go to the shop, and things wouldn't work out good enough, you know, that he's coming home every week and put on the money. We could buy food and do everything we want to do and live a comfortable life. So that is the thing that, you know, keep me. Because the reality is that if you walk out, how do you feed your kids? I don't know.
Or where do you go? Because that is, in the work that I have been doing since then, it is in fact one of the things that women say. They have nowhere to go. They have no resources, and they don't know what they would do if they left. And so
not everybody has a family home to go back to.
Yes, or a situation where they would get support, and especially if they have children. And so I think that, you know, in this whole, in the last 2 weeks, people have been saying, what is the government doing? What can the government do? And some people are saying there's nothing the government can do. Personally, as between the individuals, probably not. But as a society, I believe that we need to have more safe houses where if somebody needs to get out of a situation, that there is somewhere that they can go until they get themselves back on their feet. And that is something that I think I would like to see more of. The ones that exist now exist because of the NGOs who organize that. I don't think there is any. I don't know of any.
We've heard the minister say they're going to be established, one for each
county. For each county. And I'm very pleased to hear that. That is something good, if you can ever say something good has come out of this tragedy, because that is part of the problem.
Would that have made a difference for you, Melanie? If you knew, okay, there's this house where nobody not going to let him in and I can go with my kids while I decide what I'm doing?
Well, that would be good for real, because let me tell you, you see, when I was going to leave, I didn't even have the money to pay down the deposit. I have borrowed...
on a house or an apartment, you mean, to live in?
Yes. I borrowed $10,000 from, I remember I borrowed $10,000. The amount of money was to pay like $30,000 for the month in the back and the rent. And I borrowed $10,000 from a friend. And tell you, it took nearly a year to pay back that $10,000.
What finally made you walk out?
I feel like I would kill myself. I reached the point where I say, it's like the cup is here, and he's saying that, you see cup this, sir? And I say, like, really? It's like he was getting me mental now. You see cup this, sir? And I say, yeah, the cup this, sir. And then it's like, I just have to make up my mind. I just have to make up my mind. I just have to make up my mind and just run away. The point is, I feel like mother does kill me. I say, you know, one of them days, I just go walk out in one of them big bus there. And just kill myself. Because I just can't manage this no more.
Wow.
For real, man. It's like I couldn't just manage it no more, for real. And I have gone under the hotel program 2003. I come back 2004. So Ministry of Labor, you know, sent me on that program. So I went back up there to ask them if they could help me out, send me back on the program so I could go, you know, save some money so I could come back home and buy some furniture and some stuff for a little room and have some money, could start life. Anyway, they said that I have breached my contract because I come home a month before, so they couldn't help me out. So that's where I, you know, talking to them, telling them how I feel, and they say, all right then, let me set you up with a counselor at NIS in Spanish Town. And that's where I go to the counselor, and I got that counseling, and that's where I really make up my mind and say, look, this is it. Get up, Melanie. Left this alone.
You weren't worried about killing yourself. That wasn't
No,
your
I was worried about killing him. There was never any question about killing myself. I got a knife, and I still have that knife.
Why you keep it?
Because to remind me, I have the knife. I also have a stack of letters because he would write to apologize and to say how much he loved me and so on. And I used to say to him, your love is going to kill me. But I knew I had to leave when I took the knife with me to bed and said, if he touched me, I was going to use this knife on him.
Did you know you had that in you to even think of that?
No. And I don't even know if I would have done it. But the fact that I could have thought that this was something that I would do told me that I had to leave this thing. And we were living between Jamaica and the US because he was at university finishing his PhD. And everything I had, I apologized to my friends, all the wedding presents that I got were there, everything. And I just took my suitcase and I came home to Jamaica and I left everything we had there. I just walked away and left it. Because there was nothing that I wanted from that life to be here in Jamaica with me. And I came home, and one of the things I had said earlier is friends and family, if you see a change in somebody.
Like what kind of change?
In my case, people kept asking, why is ALOUN so quiet? Why is she so withdrawn? And it was because of that. Now, if they had probed, then they would never. I don't think that any of my friends, or even my family, would have imagined that I was in that situation.
Yeah.
Because it changes you, you know. You know that, Melanie.
My families know about everything, but it's like nobody never used to say, Melanie, left him now? Maybe if one of my family did say, left him alone, maybe I would leave. But, you know, it's like my grandaunt, she used to say, you know, like, I'm in business in a man and no man affair, you know, you shame.
Right. I'm nearly out of time, so tell me each of you again, and you have said safe houses.
Yes.
You need to have a space where women feel they can go with their kids. What else? What do people need to know in terms of how to help? What to watch out for? Hard one.
I think, and I heard Melanie say this, I think that people who are counseling in these situations need to just recognize that there are situations that it is best if the woman or the man who is suffering just walk away. Because there is no, I don't know of any situation where counseling has caused a man to stop the violence against his partner. I am yet to see that. Okay. I'm not saying I know everything, but every time you go to a counselor and the counselor say, you must work it out, or you must, you know, stay with him. It will get better. He needs love. He never had love before in his life.
And I think
Let me tell you something.
My husband didn't grow with a mother or father. His mother was the provider in his family, and she was a stern lady. So I feel like, you know, but then again, I didn't grow with a mother or a father either. My mother was always around, but my grand-aunt is the one who grew me. So I think I would, you know, want my kids them to have the family life.
Do you feel bitter at all that the counseling that you got that said, work it out, stay with him?
I feel upset about it, yes, because at that time I made up my mind to leave. I made up my mind to leave. I couldn't stay there anymore. I just made up my mind.
Okay.
And that was in the time when I think I would just go into a bus, just walk into a big bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear that repeatedly, that at least some of the churches need to reconsider.
Consider,
yes.
You know, what is good for the person. What kind of life would they be living? Work it out.
And people would look at you and say, you look like a perfect couple, man. Fix it. Because my husband, he was, if you look at him, you would never know. You'd never
same
know.
Thing with mine.
He looks so quiet. All of my friends love him.
You find people perhaps are more inclined to disbelieve when women tell them, and I say, no, sir, him? No, sir.
Well,
I must say something you do.
Right. Well, maybe the church people would say that, because when him go to church, him look so quiet and nice, and like they would say, well, then want to your husband, I'm gonna say, you know that we left? And then would say, and I start telling them what happened, and I say, no, man. Okay. No, not telling me them something about him.
All right, I'm going to have to wrap up this segment, but in short then, stress the need for safe houses, safe spaces for women. Counselors, as you said, need to reconsider this thing about telling women to stay, and you're saying be on the alert for changes in behavior.
Be on the alert for changes in behavior.
And believe the woman if she tell yourself she's getting beaten.
Yes, you need
to believe it.
I'm going to have to leave it there. Thank you both so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate your sharing. Stay tuned. We'll have some experts on in the next segment to follow up on this issue about how to help and what to do. We'll be back in a moment.